One of those sayings that's been really important to me throughout my life, I even have it framed and up on my wall in the living room, is by Carlos Castaneda, in which he says, we can either make ourselves weak or we can make ourselves strong, but the amount of work is the same. I like that. It speaks to me. I heard something recently very much like that. Um, it's March Madness, the NCAA men's and women's basketball tournament that starts with 64 teams and eventually gets down to the Final Four and then the national championship. There was a Duke a women's basketball coach named Kara Lawson, and she spoke to her team early in the season when they just had a really hard game and they'd been against one of the better teams in the country and got beat pretty badly. Um, and she told her team that it won't get any easier. And she's basically what she said is, we're always waiting for things to get easier. You know, we always have these stories in our heads like, oh, if I only get through this, it's like, oh, if I only get through spring semester, then I'll have it easy and next year will be, simple. Or if I only make it through this, then I can coast for the next semester. If only I get this job, then I can kick back and relax and everything will be easy. But what she told her team is it never gets easy. It never gets easier. And what she said is what happens is that you become someone who handles hard better. You make yourself a person who handles hard well. Don't wait for the easy. Make yourself the person who handles hard things well. I love that. It's like saying, and this is something I've said many times on Vision Quest, and it's related to the idea that if you have anything that's important and meaningful to pursue in life, it's never going to be easy. Oftentimes on Vision Quest, people come because they really want to have some great insight to discover their purpose. And they say, oh my God, I just want to find my dream. And my response to them is often, I really hope you find it. And if you do, it will kick your ass. I mean, I don't say that just to be funny. I certainly say a lot of things to be funny, but it's usually not just to be funny. I've experienced that in my own life when I had this passion to lead Vision Quest. I initially thought, oh my God, if I could only do that, then it would be so wonderful. And it's true. I've done that and it's been wonderful. But oh my God, the nights I've spent up late hours writing flyers back before internet, folding thousands of flyers, sticking them into envelopes just to hope to have a workshop happen. I have put so much effort into making that dream happen that all of a sudden, and now, yeah, I'm content. But I want to say it wasn't easy. It isn't easy. But I've also lived a life in which I live my dream. I've lived a life in which I'm confident, and I certainly was anything but that when I was young. So if there's something that we want to follow, it's going to be hard. But as we do it, we become strong. As Carlos Castaneda said, we can make ourselves weak or we can make ourselves strong. The amount of work is the same. The truth is, we live in a world of light and shadow, of joy and sorrow, of terror and wonder. Life is all of those. Um, a lot of people come on Vision Quest and they say, "Oh, nature is so beautiful," and "Oh, I can't wait to get back to nature. It's a place I relax." And this is true. But I also want to say, nature isn't nice. It is beautiful. It's inspiring. It's creative. It's sublime. It's transcendent. It's so many things. But nature is not nice. All over the all over the world in nature, things are hunting each other down and killing other things. It's happening constantly. Nature is full of shadow. It's creative, but it's also destructive. It's wondrous, but it's also has these places of terror. The shadow and the joy are balanced. And so I think the point of this all is, can we live in a way, or can we live in a way that we become strong and that we can say yes to that world that isn't nice, that isn't going to be easy? Can we live in that world of light and dark, joy and sorrow, terror and wonder? And can we focus, and can we not focus on the world of danger, fear, and sorrow? To try and change all that makes us weak. If we spend our whole life focusing on the trauma, the hurt, the bad opinions of people of another who disagree with us politically, and then we try and change the world instead of ourselves, and just in order to make ourselves safe, we have made a commitment to becoming weak. We're demanding that the world be safe, and it's not. We're demanding our environment be safe from opinions or speakers who disagree with us, and they will always be there. In the university and academia, it's gotten so over the top. You know, students want to be safe from microaggressions. They want anything that might upset them to come with trigger warnings. And you know what the research shows? That trigger warnings, if you have something and there's a trigger warning, it actually makes you more scared. There should be trigger warnings for trigger warnings. So I would like to just, at this moment say, we have the capacity to live in that world that is dangerous. We have the capacity to live in a world where people aren't honest, and they often aren't, and they never have been. Where people aren't nice, many aren't. Many people are cruel. Many people are sexist, racist, politically this or that. Many people are judgmental, especially those people who judge other people for trampling on their trigger warnings. We will never live in a world that's safe, that's nice, that's just filled with light and kindness. But we can, like that coach Carol Walters said, we can become people who can do hard well. We can become people who can actually handle it. And as we do, we become stronger. And as our strength grows, the world seems safer. As we personally grow and get larger, our fears seem to be smaller. So on this day, I just want to share that with you and hope that you can find ways in your life to grow, to accept the hard things, to realize if it's hard, it's supposed to be. And instead of complaining, and then by making ourselves victims, we can say, and I can handle it. And if it's hard now, by my handling it, it will become easier and easier. It won't become easier, but to me, it'll be easier because I will grow and get stronger through it. I wish you all a life of becoming strong and handling the hard things well, and learning how to thrive in this shadow and light filled